In just 6 months, we're going to take this standard house in Arabian Ranches and build one of the best houses the market has seen in this location. And in today's video, I'm actually going to be joined by my investor. Well, we've just bought it, we're going to renovate it, and we're going to flip it. Now, one thing you need to know, when we do this business, we're not just only focusing on renovating for quick cash. We're building the best houses the market has seen. So far, we've had an amazing success rate. All of our investors have made a lot of money. And today is another example of the relationship that we have with our investors. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be joined by Mr. Lubo. We're going to be walking through the whole villa. He's also an architect, so he's going to be giving his design input and his inspiration where it comes from. And we're going to explain a little bit about what the market craves, what do people look for when renovating, and how we as a business are serving our investors. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Mr. Lubo, thank you so much for joining. First time on a video.
Yes, believe it or not.
Yeah, amazing. Well, obviously the viewers are anticipating who you are and what you do. So I'm going to leave you to do the introduction.
Well, I'm an architect, first of all. Like, I was active in many countries, mostly in Europe, in Vienna, even now in Bratislava. However, I've got a strong background in Sydney, in Australia. But when I realized flying over this part of the world that Dubai is, not suddenly, but has been for many years, a place I not only wanted to visit, but just want to be part of it. I believe that the market here in Dubai is, for me, absolutely perfect in terms of timing and opportunities. And what I'm bringing here is not only being an investor, but I'm actually an architect investor. Creating new architecture and new design is something that it's my pleasure for, or my passion for many years.
And that's why we're here. So I'm very excited.
Yes.
Lubo, amazing guy. And I'm very excited to show you what we've just purchased. All right. So we're in the main living space now, and we'll get into the details about the property in a minute.
Yes.
Arabian Ranches.
Yes.
This is your first time coming here. But what was that first feeling when you came?
Well, I don't know like everything about Dubai, but what I know about Dubai is that there are communities that have been built from various developers years ago. And there are these kind of settled and established communities that have everything green, everything is in place. You're not buying a property within, say, open building sites around you with the dust and with the noise around you.
Yeah.
This is more like a city within the city.
Yeah.
Right? So, and there are several kind of communities like this around Dubai, one of which is Arabian Ranches. I think an interesting thing about this one is the proximity to the city. So you're not that far from the center and from Dubai Mall, for everything.
As I mentioned before, the house has already actually been slightly, we call it upgraded, not renovated. So just some partial.
Something to it.
Yeah, they've done something to it, you know, because if you see the original conditions of these, they're pretty knackered and tired. Yes. What do you feel about this space? Let's talk about it from your perspective right now.
There are too many closed-off areas here. Like this was, I think, a computer room here. This division wall is like something that subdivides the space probably too much, right? They open up this with a bifolding door, which is amazing, but in my opinion, this room has to be the kitchen. And most of the time in houses like this, the kitchen is the core of the house. For every one of us is eating 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Every 4 hours, something is happening. If a family with 2 kids will live here, they will most probably spend most of the time in this particular space here. And I believe and Dubai is a good example in terms of the climate, that you can be most of the time outdoors.
Yes.
So in my opinion, the vision that I have for this particular space here is to have the open space kitchen here, have a bit of an island here, and having a indoor-outdoor kitchen with a bit of a kind of bar arrangements, the bifolding doors and windows here, so opening up everything to the outdoors and having a bit of a connection, outdoor, indoor.
Yeah,
definitely.
And then
this way,
as we know, we can take this enclosure here, we can square this off. So this door basically move to the front.
Move to the next column.
Yeah.
Exactly. I would like moving this one to the next column.
Yeah.
Which gives me another, what is like
about meter and a bit.
Meter and a bit, little bit more space. And I could see these arrangements like a U-shaped kitchen. And this particular bit will be like the indoor-outdoor bench, call it, right? So people actually could sit in here, having the breakfast. And Mama is serving the fresh scrambled eggs to the kids, right? And they're going to turn around, they're going to jump into the pool.
Yep.
So this is what I personally see here, more kind of the interconnection between outdoor, indoor, and this is going to happen in this particular area, I believe, and that's going to be the heart of the house anyway.
The heart of the house. And then, if you know, again, from our previous videos, we'll knock that through. So we've got this huge open space. It's not closed off. It's not, you know, because I mean, right now it's just boxy, but once we open all this space out, pull this out, lots of light coming into the house.
Exactly.
It's going to be
Good
beautiful.
thing about is the pergola here. It's already here. So we have a bit of a shade for the afternoon. As you see, the sun is shining pretty strong here, but you've got lots of shade. A particular area you need is to be like covered from the sun. But if this is the pool area here and you sit outside here, oh, beautiful combination. So I see a lot of potential here, definitely.
Amazing.
And as you see here, see this column, they are pretty much giving a bit of outdoor space, but not much used. So if you could potentially extend the living room to this column and you have it like more indoors rather than outdoors, you can have another couple of square meters on top of what you already have.
Yeah, I think when it comes to, redesigning these houses, obviously there's a lot you can do. You could, push it out, extend everywhere you want to. But as we've mentioned before, from an investment point of view, there is a limitation on the resale value.
Sure.
So, but that's it. That's where we come together. We sit down with yourself and the designers. And that's where we sort of figure a plan out. So let's go back inside and then I want to talk about the main points of the house, and then we'll head up to the master bedroom because I think something special is going to happen there. Now, if you're an investor looking to get ahead of the curve, we've spent hundreds of hours searching for the best property opportunities and deals. If you want to get a part of that, scan the QR code or join our WhatsApp community below. I'll be posting there regularly, giving you updates on our projects, new off-plan projects coming up, new deals on the market. All is what you can imagine is going to be in there. Okay, so as we enter upstairs, okay, we're not going to go into like crazy design detail right now. I want to keep it a little bit of a secret until things start happening. But if you remember on my other videos, you've got 2 guest bedrooms, a Jack and Jill, and then we got the master. Now, I want to hear Lubo's been speaking with the designer this morning. So I'm going to say, I actually don't know what you guys finally decided on for this design in here. So to tell us. So tell me.
This remains the master, right?
Yeah.
Behind this wall here, it's an unused balcony space, right? So you can easily actually extend this room here. So you can knock down this wall here and virtually extending it, what is a bit more than a meter, right? So you're gaining, what is this, like 5 by 1 up 5 square meters on top of this existing room here. This is a bit too exposed for my taste, to be honest. So having a toilet here right next to the bed without any kind of
without anything closed.
It's a bit of exotic.
Exotic.
So we're gonna close it off. We have on this wall. We have the shower here. We have the toilet here. We've got double basin here. A beautiful mirror cabinet here, and we're gonna move actually this window here to here.
Yeah.
So
that's what we did in our house too.
Then there is something special that's going to happen on this wall here. We're going to have a bit of a feature wall here with beautiful marble tiles, or marble, depending on budget, kind of veins. They're going to go in this open book effect and going to be on this wall here. And every time you watch in the mirror, you're going to see the stone in the mirror. So
all these little details.
But keep it secret, yeah?
Yeah, of course, yeah. All right, so tell me, what do you guys decide on? We're going to walk in.
You want to walk in here.
Yeah.
You want to walk in here. There is usable space here for quite a bit. Wardrobe here, but backlit is gonna have this tinted glass.
Yes.
Right. You walk in, and then you have a kind of an island, right? That island with all the drawers.
Yeah.
For the socks and for the underwear.
Mm-hmm.
And then virtually when this one moves more like outwards, then you've got the bed head in the back of the wall here, and you'll be then virtually like lying here, looking out in the green, and having this beautiful cupboard in front of you with the island, and having the ensuite to the left. So this remains as is, and there will be some plants and some greenery on the balcony. So you've got a little bit, and again, I'm bringing the outdoor indoors. So I've got a bit of a greenery right in front of the window. So this will be then moved about 1.5 meters backwards. And when I'm lying in my bed, I'm going to be watching actually, or seeing the deep space rather than just being like as now.
And only having a because that's what's going to make this the master, right? Yes. Especially in these houses, these types, they are the smallest of the lot. So but they can feel the biggest if you know how to open up the spaces and let the light in.
What I like to introduce here is like mirrors. When you use mirrors from A to B, like from edge to edge, mirrors, they double the width or the length of the room, depending how you use them. But when you have a framed mirror, that's a different story, right? This is called different. Yeah. I like using bigger mirrors, like edge to edge, and this way you've got this kind of visual effect of doubling the space.
So we're going to open up the downstairs. As we've said, we're going to make this beautiful kitchen, this living space. We're going to try to open up as many windows as possible as the permits allow. Extend the master bedroom, 2 extensions downstairs, and then all of a sudden you've got a grand house. I mean, because it's very easy for people to go onto, even yourself, you've seen certain sites in Dubai where people come in and there's terrible workmanship. You want to sell a good house. The new person, when they walk in, they feel like, wow. Yeah. So they've put a lot of time and effort and care into it.
That's the challenging part. The thing is that you actually don't know who is your future buyer. You don't know, right? But
of course not.
You need to understand the psychology of us human beings. What do we generally like? With like lights, we like everything that's like close to nature. Everything is more beigey colors. Everything is brownish. Everything that goes more into kind of natural colors, it's something we subconsciously receive as positive, as nice, as something that I'd like to have in my home. Everything else that people do for themselves, it's a different story. When they paint a wall blue or red, that's an open story.
Or open the bathroom so you can see.
Exactly. That's a good example.
Yeah.
But if you work the way that I do, I need to kind of prepare something for some unknown clients.
Yeah.
So I need
keep it generic enough so we know.
Exactly. So I need to understand what they mostly will like.
Yeah.
I mean, these are beige colors and these are light colors rather than if someone decides one day they want to go like in darker colors or darker wood, they still can do.
Absolutely. So one final one, we're going to go down to the garden. We're going to talk a little bit about that. And we'll ask a few more questions.
Okay.
For the audience. Let's go. The gardens aren't just like perfectly square or rectangular in any of the locations in Arabian Ranches. So you've got to get a bit creative. Like we got a lot of plot size over at the back. We've got a little bit less here, but we've got a big area here. So let's talk about what we're going to bring to this specific.
Well, it's small, but you can still bring in something that people love to have. This is a pool, right? Even if it's not a lap pool, it's a plunge pool. And if this is a family with 2 kids, there's nothing better than just jumping in even if it's like 3 by 8 meters, right? Something that is like, big enough for just to have fun.
Yeah.
It's not a sport pool, but it's like definitely a feature of the house that this house or houses like this must have.
Yeah, and I think combining that, look at the greenery right now. We're going to be replacing a lot of the shrubby greenery with more elegant, more luxury green spaces. But, like keeping these big palm trees. You see, in these massive communities that are mature, look at all the greenery around. You don't just get this in new communities.
That's right. And that's the point you said before. You can see by the sizes of the trees that they haven't been planted or moved here or somewhere else. They have been here for 20 years. You can tell you're moving into an environment that is not new. It's something that will be made new, but it's not around you. It's not new. That makes sense.
That makes total sense, yeah. Okay, and now a question for the audience.
Yeah.
What made you want to work with myself and our company, Lubo? Tell me about it.
Honestly, people sometimes decide subconsciously about, why and how do they like people. And I was watching some of your, the previous, the videos I've done, the podcast you've done. And every time you talk, it comes very naturally across. And I didn't have the feeling that you're trying to sell me something. It's like virtually, I feel like you are like a chef, virtually like showing me these ingredients and telling me this can be cooked with it.
Yeah.
But you're not telling me the final dish. This is what you have to eat, if that makes sense. So you are basically telling me, hey, there are these opportunities and these are the puzzles for your big picture. Me as an investor, being an architect, you guys are not pushing me into something that I probably don't even want, because there might be many people out there who don't know what they want.
There's a lot of people like that, yeah.
And if you don't know what you want, does not mean that you know what you want.
No, I get it, yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, no, it does.
It's like, I feel, as I said, when I was I'm starting working with you, and the way how you work is, for me personally, it's not only the kind of connection we already built, but the way that you guys are organized. And this is what how quickly you respond to my requests, to my messages. You are on time. You are serious. You are disciplined. You are focused. This is something that, in my world, is a must-have. So, being daily on a building site and dealing with people, it's not granted. So, but you are definitely delivering that.
Well, I don't think anyone said any kinder words than on my.
But look, I
really for that.
No, I really much kind of look forward to to do this project with you, and then probably we'll have any now and then probably some more many more of these, and seeing what we do with it.
Yeah. Now, if you are an investor looking to partake in a renovation opportunity just like this, we're not really taking on projects less than 10 million dirhams. The reason why is just there's not that many good opportunities below that price point. Now, if you do want to get into the market, I highly advise you can book a call if you have got that budget and you'll talk directly with me. If not, if you're buying off plan or you want to help someone to help build a strategy and you want that detailed consultation call with professionals who can actually build long-term strategies and not just sell you anything, then I believe we're the right fit. So if you have got a budget over 6 million dirhams for that or 10 million dirhams for this, all you need to do is book below, answer a few questions, and me or my team will see you on the call. So what advice would you give to an investor who's sort of sitting on the fence now about making their first moves into Dubai?
Walk through the world with open eyes and ears.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I always say even to my clients. It's not easy actually to come and start with scratch, but observe many things and be critical to many things, because many, I'd say, situations that people are exposed to here are creating a kind of bubble or create a beautiful world around them, and agents, some of them are putting this bubble on top of these people, and they believe they live in an absolutely amazing situation where off plan or whatever you call it could be the business for their lives.
Yeah.
However, there is a downside to it.
Yeah.
So, but going into this kind of business where you go into established communities, when you buy a villa that has a certain room for improvement, then if people appreciate this kind of projects, then they will be happier than anywhere else in 3 years' time, somewhere in unknown territory surrounded by sand.
Exactly.
By dunes.
No, I totally agree. And I really appreciate you being able to share that. I think one of the biggest things that we always promote to our investors is like diversification, look at assets which can make you money, like the renovations.
Oh.
If there are great off-plan opportunities, that's also an option. But like you say, coming to Dubai with an open mindset, an open mind, and working with the right people.
Yes, that's right.
I think that's it.
Looking forward actually to do not only one with you.
Well, we're going to come back again in here in a few months. We're going to
we're probably going to be in April, standing in front of the
Well,
in the hall here.
We'll be taking the shot. So in April, when Mr. Lubo comes back to Dubai, we're going to be deep into construction.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you.
And thanks everyone for watching.
Thank you.